Hey guys, I'm excited, and I'm here in my office right now. And in my house, I have a home office, and I'm in my house right now. And I was just thinking about I was making some calls and doing a few things here and there, and cold calling. And I remember something I did with a good former colleague of mine at one of the companies I work with. And I remember I was offering him some ideas on sales and how to get started in that cold calling process. And I was just thinking this idea. I know it's crazy, and I know it might not make sense right away, but it really is a good idea that maybe you could consider. Let me ask you this. If you were to sit and watch yourself cold call your clients and make those calls when you pick up the phone and call those people, how would you feel about watching yourself and then going through that process of analyzing that video that you make of yourself calling people with somebody else that maybe has a little more experience or maybe some better principles that you can apply? Do you think it would help you a little bit with becoming better at calling other people and getting through that initial gatekeeper? How do you get through the gatekeeper? And one of the most exciting things I get to do when I cold call and I'm calling people is there's always a gatekeeper. There always is. Every single call I make, there's a gatekeeper when it's a cold call. And so I have to get past that gatekeeper, and there's some core principles we can use that can help us get through that. And I'd love to show you. And why don't you reach out to me? Why don't you give me a call, and let's talk about it. Let's get on the phone, and let's actually put our heads down and work and get this work put in, the time put in, and the effort put in to go ahead and help you become better at cold calling. And it's not fun, okay? If somebody ever tells you it's fun, then make sure you understand it's a lot of work. It's nerve-wracking sometimes, but I believe in cold calling. I still believe 100% that just by picking up the phone and talking to somebody, if we have the right voice quality, the right body language, and we display the right questions, we can really make a sale and make our sales productive. And it's exciting. I enjoy calling people. I enjoy the cold call process. I've seen a lot of productivity because of it. I've been very fortunate in my business to be able to build a book of business off of cold calling, and it's exciting to be able to do. And I'd love to share some ideas. What if you gave me a call, and what if you talked to me about these ideas of cold calling today? And give me a call when you can, and I'll send you a message with my cell phone number on it, and I'll be happy to offer some ideas. And probably what I would love to do, ideally, would be to come and sit with you wherever you are. We sit together and we just simply call. We make calls, or we can do it on a video chat. I can do a video chat presentation with you, and we can schedule that up. And let's go ahead and start making a difference in your business, because I know that when you get that video made of you calling people and you have somebody else sit by you to kind of coach you one-on-one, there's always something you can improve. There's things I can improve, and I always want to keep improving my process for how I call people. And so give me a call. Let's talk a little bit, and let's see how we can improve your sales call and your closing ratio. Because your negotiation for your product or service begins at the initial phone call. And you've got to get that emotional trigger happening within the first couple of seconds of interest in you as a person first, and then in your product or service. And so there's some principles behind that we can apply. And let's hit the ground floor. Let's get our hands dirty, and let's start working together on cold calling and making a difference in this particular aspect of sales. And there's all kinds of aspects, there's all kinds of methods and procedures and madness we can apply. But I'm an excited salesperson, and I love communicating with other people. Sales is communication. That's all it is. It's simply communicating to the other person on what your product or service can add value to their life. Let me say that again. Sales is merely communicating to the other person why your product or service can add value to their life. And that's all it is. And I'd love to help you. Let's get that phone conversation started. Let's talk a little bit about it. And I enjoy doing it. I sit in my office on a regular basis, and I just pick up the phone and call people. I've got my list on my computer right here in front of me. And I love just going through that list, getting through the gatekeeper is sometimes a challenge. Then the next step, getting on the phone with that person. How do you leave a voicemail with that person? What kind of a voicemail should you use that they want to respond to? We'll get into all that later, but let's talk about the initial. Let's sit down and let's do one-on-one. Let's just start talking about sales. And let's get down to the ground floor and get dirty if we need to. Let's go ahead and get our minds together and connect, and let's start closing some deals. And it can happen for you. I'd love to talk. Let's get on the phone and call, and how exciting it would be to be able to help you in your sales with the upcoming week that you're in right now.